Across the U.S., 1.25 million people are living with type 1 diabetes, also known as juvenile diabetes because it's often diagnosed during childhood. Our reporter Molly Casey was out in Gwinner today. And Molly, tell us what that community is doing for people living with this illness.
Well, Cornelius, the community is rallying around a very special 8-year-old and raising money in hopes of finding a cure for this disease.
It's not really fun.
Nora Swanson looks like a normal 8-year-old, but behind her smile, she's fighting a life-threatening disease, type 1 diabetes. She was diagnosed at 2 after doctors found her blood sugar level at 867.
The doctors and nurses were completely amazed that she was even still standing at that number.
Nora had shown the top 2 symptoms, frequent thirst and urination, but was otherwise active, just like she is today. Now, she relies on her meter to track her blood sugar levels.
It shows my numbers.
And those numbers can be deadly.
If it's too low, she can seriously go into a diabetic coma.
But not all type 1 diabetes diagnoses come in childhood. Susan Worth was diagnosed at 30.
My mother-in-law actually checked my blood sugar once, and it was so high it wouldn't even register.
She now relies on a high-tech implanted meter to track her blood sugar levels and an insulin pump controlled by an app.
I'm going to have 40 carbs, and it starts clicking away and just gives me insulin.
Worth and Nora have bonded over their type 1 diagnoses. In fact, Nora will soon have an implanted meter like Worth, and the duo isn't letting type 1 diabetes slow them down.
She's tough, so it doesn't even faze her anymore.
And next Sunday, Team Nora will participate in the Junior Diabetes Research Foundation One Walk at Shields Arena, where Nora will present a check to the foundation with the money her team has raised. You can find a link to her donation page on our website.
Well, Nora is such a strong little girl, but Susan, she, at 30 years old, type 1 diabetes, was she living with this illness all of her life?
She believes she was. It was something that came and set on later in life, which does happen in type 1 diabetes, and it actually was in Nora's family and later onset as well. But yeah, it was just something that Susan said she came up with later in life, and now she's continuing to monitor it.
Well, glad they're getting that taken care of, and thanks for that story, Molly.
Of course.